Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pete Reyna, and welcome to Motivating Your Mondays, episode 3. Took a 1 week break, kind of gather, reorganize, get some things together with show, and then some other things. But I want to say good morning. And every Monday morning, I plan on bringing you some amazing words of wisdom, thoughts, motivation, affirmations, messages, or quotes, and all in an effort to empower you through the remainder of the week so you can tackle any of the obstacles that you have. Today we are here live and on scene at Cafe Commerce, and we'll have some footage or some B-roll if you have. And if you've never been out here, come on down, take a look at Cafe Commerce and what they have. They have an incubator program with businesses at office here, and then they have some great assistance and support over across the hall. It's located at the San Antonio Library downtown in San Antonio, Texas. I want to take a moment to say thank you very much to all of our servicemen and women in our armed forces and our veterans, and for those family members who've had veterans pay the ultimate sacrifice, thank you very much. Truly, truly appreciate everything that you've done, and affords me the opportunity to be able to do the things that I do in my life. So I want to say thank you very much for that. On our last episode of Motivating Your Mondays, we spoke about a surefire formula for success, but in reality, it was actually more of a surefire formula for failure, right? We can give you all the tools and the tidbits, and we can give you the information, but you still got to go out and work it. So there's no real surefire formula for success. There's just certain components and things that you could do that allow you to be prepared for anything that actually comes your way. And so this week's Motivating Your Mondays message is the season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. Paramahansa Yogananda. He is the gentleman who is quoted for who's I guess I don't even know what you call it. What do you call that? He was credit. He's someone we give credit to for that particular quote. So the season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. Jeff Olson, in his book called The Slight Edge, if you've never read it, go pick it up and take a look at it. It's a pretty good book. Speaks of plant, cultivate, and harvest. In the sense that he wrote it in the book was for cultivating relationships and going through that time frame and really building it and developing the relationships so that at some point in time you're going to be able to call on your harvest and be able to grow right with it. So I want to take those same 3 words, plant, cultivate, and harvest, and change things up a little bit and apply them to this season of failure. Look, we all go through this particular season of failure, right? We had Henry Pineda on our first episode. We had Mike on the second episode, and it was talking about you have to go through all these battles. You have to go through all these things in order for you to be able to get a better understanding, to be able to better learn. But when we look at plant, cultivate, and harvest, you got to consider that along the way, if you're failing and you're making the mistakes, that you got to be able to cultivate what you're planting, right? So even if you're failing, those seeds that you're planting, water them, learn from them. And then at some point in the future, you're going to be able to harvest that. So when you feel like all of a sudden so many things are falling into place and a lot of things are happening for you, it's not because it was that quote unquote luck, right? It was that when hard work and preparation meet an opportunity, that's where your luck comes in. But you were able to understand from the failures that you had along the way, from the mistakes that you had along the way, so that you really understood where you were at. So you made wiser choices. You understood, I'm not going to do that again because the last time I did that, I fell on my face. You don't want to fall on your face anymore. So planting, cultivating, and harvesting is all a part of that entire season of failure. So that way, when you're in the season, right, you're sowing those seeds and you're cultivating them, watering them, learning from them, growing from them. You're going to be able to understand and identify what success is for you, understanding that your definition of success is different from my definition of success. So where am I at? All right. When you Next week's episode, we're going to have Mr. Carlos Rodriguez. He is a co-founder and CEO, co-founder of San Antonio Business Alliance, and he's also the owner, operator, connoisseur, videographer, filmologist of Live and On Scene, which is what you're watching here. We're going to have him on the show next week to go over next week's Motivating Your Mondays message. So, to close out, to start closing out the show, when you're going through your preparations for the remainder of the week, take a look at this MYM, right? And any MYM that we had last week or the ones before. Every MYM builds upon itself. We want you to be able to take from that and learn from that, right? Like this particular quote speaks of, when you can go through the season of failure and you're learning from it, you're going to be able to apply and make better decisions. So take the quote, save it to your phone, to your desktop, somewhere, utilize it for the rest of the week. Make sure that you revert back to it. To any challenges that you have along the way, you're going to be able to connect with that particular quote. Even if this quote or message does not connect with your particular issue, at least it'll help you change and give you more of a positive mindset so that it can provide you with the opportunities for the solutions that you need. Where can you find these Motivating Your Mondays messages? Since we've gone to live and on scene, we've been working on getting this format ironed out. Now you're going to be able to find them on our Facebook page, Motivating Your Mondays.